Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We've basically kicked off a general European war. Everyone's involved except the French and Spanish, but the British are involved. The North Germans and the Austro-Hungarians are involved, and the United States are involved. They're attacking Canada, so, enjoy that. We got some events to do, and then we'll continue with the war. Anti-Russian League has requested we declare a rivalry with Russia. Successfully acting on the proposal will gain our government significant goodwill from the lobby. Anti-Russian League, that's the landed gentry. And to those who would refuse and prefer preserving the status quo, there was no hesitation. His response sounded well rehearsed because it was. This was a proactive man who spent hours pacing his chambers and anticipating attacks to come. My reply would be that we should never have allowed them to become so close to us in the first place. A friendship built upon deceit is nothing at all, and the goodwill gained from it, illusory. I'm going to say this is not in our... Oh, it's going to make them real mad. You know what? We'll look into it. I can wait on that. Movement to Preserve Religious Schools organizes in Alentejo. Organizers affiliated with the Movement to Preserve Religious Schools have embarked on a focused campaign to inspire support for religious schools in Alentejo. Residents of every region in the world like to say that their home has a long and unique history of tight-knit community. The organizer almost agreed. The problem was, of course, that said community did not often extend to outsiders. He'd been thrown out in his ear more times than he could count, but he persisted nonetheless. If he could introduce the right phrase into the right circles, perhaps even an idea that had been rejected out of hand at first would begin to find purchase. There are plenty of willing ears there. Impulse 5 movement support, or they must be concerned with far more grounded things. So, this is extra pop strength in Alentejo and increased radicals for restorative lean decreases. For saying yes to it. Saying no to it doesn't increase the movement support. It also reduces the pop strength and radicals from standard of lean decreases increases by half. And since universal pop political strength I don't think impacts things in Alentejo, and radicals from standard of lean decreases is bad, I'm going to go with the second one. Let's do that. Alright. Confederate states are now cautious, up from being genial. But we're doing really well over here. Ah, excellent. Just gotta hope nobody naval invades me. I am protected. We got fleets guarding the homelands. So. Unfortunately, Austria also has war support reparations, but I can get Brazil out of this thing without... Yeah, I think if Brazil capitulates, that's all I want, and then the war in Europe is kind of not even my business, basically. I don't even need to care at that point. Like, obviously I'll support my allies, but, like, I don't need to actually get involved because I've got the thing that I want. My infamy is also almost down, so I'll be able to start improving relations with Brazil pretty soon. And that will be very important. Oh boy, we got a bunch of events. Devout scandal. It has been revealed that Daimyo de Mura of the Catholic Church has been having a secret affair with a member of the clergy. His resignation is being demanded. The very fact that this sneaky bastard thought he could get away with such a gross misuse of power shows everything wrong with the leadership of the Catholic Church. People must know of his depravity or ignore it. I'm going to say they must know of his depravity. He's a general. I don't think this is actually going to affect anything. Next, political migration. The rich and unstable political environment in Portugal has proven attractive to political exiles, and stateless people have begun to congregate in the coffee houses of Lisbon. Oh, Lisbon, you flawed yet fiery jewel, where else could one see 3 different demonstrations within a 5 minutes walk? They're welcome to join the Sea of Voices, 5% extra prestige, 5% increased radicals from standard of living decreases, and Rafaela Farina comes to Portugal. He's a pacifist aligned with the trade unions, that's fine. Or these people make a mockery of Portugal, reduced radicals from standard of living decreases, but reduced prestige. I'm going to go with the extra prestige because I need that. Spread thin. The limited political resources of the landowners have made the group's leadership question its membership in both the Anti-Russian League and the Portuguese-French Friendship Committee. And for office supplies, on average, the auditor turned a page to reveal the relevant entry, and he ran his eyes down the column. 300 crowns per month. For the man who sat across from him, the world was beginning to spin. You're certain? And 1,200 for work-related travel expenses. Excuse me, he managed. Can I have a copy of the manifest? I need to meet with my colleagues at once. There's no reason to remain in the anti-Russian League. Probably going to go with that one. Membership in the Portuguese Friendship Committee is no longer useful. Abandoning either would be unwise, minus 20% strength. I'm going to go with abandoning the anti-Russian League. I don't need an anti-Russian League. And I think that will cause the anti-Russian League to stop existing. Yeah. Beautiful. Alright, now that's done. I don't need to worry about it. Oh, trade unions exist now. Well, that's going to be interesting. Alright, so how much longer until... Well, no, actually, we need to completely capitulate Brazil in order to make this happen. Because I can't... Well, force comparison here is looking better. If our side can continue to win, I might be able to win this war in one fell swoop, which would be nice, because then I won't have to wait for... Oh, there's hand crank machine gun. That's wonderful. So that's extra... That's stronger armies, and that's really important. And we are pushing forward on all fronts in Brazil, so getting more of them occupied is even better. Oh, this is going really well. This is actually going really well. I'm sort of surprised, but I think I nailed it. I didn't need the French, and I'm glad I did it. Opposition members put forth demands. More pragmatically inclined members of the Catholic Church, currently opposed to the passing of public schools, have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the trade unions, however. I don't really care what the trade unions think. Compromise makes a good umbrella, but a poor roof. It is a temporary expedient, often wise in party politics, almost sure to be unwise in statesmanship. Acquiesce to the demands, the bill must pass, 15% enactment chance, trade unions minus 3 unhappy. Compromise is a tool of the week. Trade unions a little happy, but reduce enactment chance, or a prime opportunity to break the bill from deadlock, increase enactment time, progress one phase forward, trade unions minus 6 unhappy. I'm going to go with the first one. 15% enactment chance puts us up to 39%, and that's a pretty solid number. Ooh, and the United States bailed out of the war. Excellent. So that's very good, because the United States has overall an extremely high mobilization capacity, and Brazil is done in the war as well. Wonderful. So that means their liberty desire is going up significantly, mostly due to my high infamy, but this is not going to last that much longer. I can't start improving relations because I don't have the influence. I'm going to need to throw another rival in here to get the influence because I need to get started on this real soon. So, who can I rival? Who can I rival is not going to be a problem. Bavaria. Alright, Brazil. Let's be better friends. I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to come out of this getting what I want to get. This is going to be rad. Alright, the only thing left is conquering Bohemia. My armies are on the way to Austria-Hungary, and we are currently showing a really solid war force comparison over here. So I'm hoping we can get this war done, and then I can get my finances back to where they need to be, because currently they are doing real bad, and I don't want to have to raise taxes. Raising taxes might be necessary at this point, but I'm hoping it will not be. Obviously, relations with Brazil are not great, but as soon as this infamy goes down, their liberty desire will be going up at a much more manageable rate, and then hopefully it'll be even better. And I can start building in them to increase their dependence on me economically. It's gonna be better. All right, let's put these armies on the front over here. Oman is in default. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I basically goofed up every single thing that's going on in my country right now. But if I can make it through this, this will be an extremely... Oh, we got it. We got it. All right. Peru-Bolivia bailed out of the war. Let's propose. Oh, and that is the end of the war. So, our units are back where they need to be. Our finances are not great, but doing fine. Oh. And we're back to being a great power, technically. And if we can keep our prestige up, we can continue to do that. That might fall back down, and that's okay. It's not a tragedy if that happens. So, how does this impact our market, first of all? We need more lead by a lot, and I think Brazil is the place to build it. Where do we have any lead capacity in Brazil? Yes, in Minas Gerais and in Rio Grande do Sul. So I'm going to build some lead mines there. And what else? We need more grain in this customs union by quite a bit. And more fish. I'm going to go ahead and set my fishing industries to at least use trawlers. We'll see how things go after that. So where have we got... Let me see. Does Bahia have labor available? Not so much. What else do we need? Oh, grain. Yes. Alright, well I guess Minas Gerais is where we're going to build up. So, let's go ahead and throw... levels of maize farms in there. And that's hopefully going to help with the situation. We are not growing in cash right now, which is unfortunate. But things are basically going well. Rubber in North Madagascar, very good. So hopefully as relations improve with Brazil, this plus 17 will also go down. It's going to go down by 15 once we get down from 53 infamy to below 50. And that, I'm really, really counting on that. Public address goes awry, another stall event. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of public schools by Herman Gildo Rebelo has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the intelligentsia. Fumbling his way through a series of poorly presented talking points, Herman Gildo Rebelo's arguments have been viciously and convincingly picked apart by his political opponents. The question on everyone's lips now is merely if this mishap was due to the inherent failings of public schools, or can be chalked down to the political incompetence of the intelligentsia. Is the fault of this poorly thought-out proposal minus 15% enactment chance? Herman Gildo Rebelo must take some blame for this setback, minus 10% enactment chance, and he becomes weaker and the intelligentsia do too, or scrap the current draft and make a show of a rewrite. 10% more enactment time, 10% enactment chance. Herman Gildo Rebelo gets stronger interest group, but reduced popularity. I'm going to go with the third one. This is going to get me a setback, but it's going to put me up to 49%, and I'm feeling reasonably confident that I can experience success under those circumstances. So, right now, my position in the international order is precarious, but I am at the top of the, I'm at the bottom of the great powers. I am very high up. I'm where I want to be. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, my protectorate, Bulungan, is having a capitalist revolt. That's fine. This is not going to be that big of a deal. The Mineranja Real Portuguesa needs another leader. I've got a cautious naval commander aligning with the armed forces that I can put in command. I am just going to send the army of East Africa because I think that's all. I'm really hoping that's all that's going to be needed because I do not have the cash for a real war here right now. Ooh, more gold in Northern Cape. That's good. You're right, and there's threshing machines. That's wonderful. French Empire ended their rivalry with Great Britain. Well, that's a surprise. And vacuum canning is spreading. That's wonderful. Please tell me I've got canning already activated. I do. Alright, beautiful. Great Britain is fighting Russia. If I get pulled into this, I will almost assuredly be on fake war procedures, because again, I don't have the money to be fighting a real war right now. Alright, units have landed. Shouldn't be a big deal. Great Britain is asking for us to join them as an ally. I must accept. But I don't think I'm going to do much. Ooh, and there's modern nursing, so that's actually really good. Russia is declaring us a rival. Well, Russia, that's so unfortunate that we must be rivals, but we must, because I gotta get myself that sweet, sweet influence. That also completes the lobby demand that probably shouldn't have been outstanding in the first place. All right, I got too many notifications here. I don't need any of this. Let me see. This I cannot get involved in. So I'm hoping this just sorts itself right out immediately without any involvement by me. Let me make sure that my other two armies are on attack as they should be. They are. The Rana Real Portuguesa is in the Bay of Biscay defending my shores, so that's fine. Finances are looking a little better as I finish out these next farms. There's the Bulungan capitalist revolt, so hopefully I'll be able to clinch that real fast. I didn't want to be rivals with Russia, but they're a good country to be rivals with. What are these war goals? What are you adding? You want to liberate Oman, but that's mine. You can't have that. You want to humiliate Great Britain and me. You want to transfer Sierra Leone. Oh gosh, I might actually need to high effort this thing. I'll tell you what. But we won't do too much for now. Well, I guess I could afford a small mobilization. And there's the Bulungan capitalist revolt sorted out. I'm going to put this army in Oman so that Russia can't invade there. Again, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. Stalled? No. Gosh darn it. A known royalist is leading up the rural folk now. That's fun. Oh god, it's still 50. Come on, get me below 50. I really, really need it. Oh, that's not good. I need to build more port facilities. Oil discovered in a sec. Brutal. Let's build a couple more ports. And there's the war with Russia kicking off. My army is almost in place. We put those units on defense for the time being. This war doesn't involve me. Alright. Despite everything, it doesn't look like there hasn't been that much. Oh my goodness. Is Moldavia part of our... Is United Principalities in this war? It is. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize. Industrial boom in Extremadura. With the recent expansion in both the production and consumption of explosives in our country, there has been much debate on whether the military or the industrial sector should have priority. Why should we worry about how much dirt we can move when we should be thinking about how we can defend our country? All you care about is starting more wars. We should put this to use for the workers instead. They're more important. Try to support both industries, extra explosives factory throughput. Give priority to the industrial sector, 20% mines throughput. Give priority to the military, 33% munitions plants throughput. You know I'm giving it to the industrial sector. I gotta get my mines. This is like a jump scare in Victoria 3. It keeps showing up, but it's not actually impacting that much. British Senegal is in default. It's not ideal. I should have war support protection in this thing. Yeah, they need to liberate Oman and take some of my core territory in order to make this a real war for me. So I'm still doing fine. I'll probably mobilize. Oh yes, I am down in infamy. So that means Brazil is where? Oh my goodness, Brazil's in a war, and I didn't even get called into it. What war is this? Weird. All right. So their war support is still going up by 0.08 on a weekly basis. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. So I need to get the infamy amount down. Relative prestige above. All right. So the prestige situation is still okay. Relations are doing okay and continuing to improve. I did get a little bit more involved in their economy. I am going to go ahead and increase my involvement in their economy further by building up some more. Let me see. What's the population of Bahia? Population of Bahia is good. I'm going to build up some more agriculture here. And grain is still continuing to be expensive in the market. So Minas Gerais is low on infrastructure. That's fine. They are currently building up a railway in here. 2 railways, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and build. Oh, the lead mines can't hire. Well, that's a shame. Bureaucratic imbroglio. Can I get 1 success here, please? Bureaucratic imbroglio. Lawmakers working toward the enactment of public schools find themselves mired in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. The fully developed bureaucratic apparatus compares with other organizations exactly as is the machine with the non-mechanical modes in production. That is to say, the teeth of its individual gears meet in accord, or its gears will gnash and churn until it eventually breaks. Damn this labyrinthine legal system, increase enactment time, reduce enactment chance, or cut through at least some of the red tape, reduce bureaucracy, increase enactment time, radical bureaucrats. I'm going to go with the second one, because I can't have a situation over here. We are successfully defending Oman here, not that there's really any enemy forces actually getting in the area. We are winning on our defensive strategy here in Circassia. Force comparison over here is pretty solid. Britain is invading these areas, so that's pretty good. Britain's getting up to all the things it wants to get up to over here. Finland is in default. Very good. I think I may start building up other aspects of Brazilian agriculture just to increase their level of economic dependence on me. And, I mean, not just for that, because we do need more grain for sure. These are necessities. Obviously, I'm going to outrun some of the infrastructure capacity of some of these areas. All of them, actually. I should probably do Brazil a kindness and build some railways in these areas, too. I think I will do that. It's just kind of a scumbag behavior if I don't, really. So we will throw these in at the top to make sure they get built up appropriately. You know what? Let's start working on funding lobbies. It's going to cost... Oh, no, can't afford to do that. That's too much money. War in Russia is going pretty well, though. We don't... Do we have... Does Russia still have war support protection? That's my primary question. They do not, because we're not currently holding any of their core territory. Let me see where my war support is at. Because I've gotten unexpectedly pieced out before. Yeah, my war support's pretty low. Britain's war support's pretty high, though. Ooh. Curious. Russia... Does Russia have war support protection? They do. They were negative for a second. Hell on Earth, Zambezia. Workers at the rubber plantations in Zambezia are being severely mistreated. Mutilation has become a common punishment for perceived failures. They went on to declare, when asked why they had fled, that they had endured such ill treatment at the hands of the government officials and government soldiers in their own country that life had become intolerable, and that nothing had remained for them at home but to be killed for failure to bring in a certain amount of rubber, or to die from starvation or exposure in their attempts to satisfy the demands made upon them. We cannot slow down production, increase mortality, or launch an inquiry. You know we're going to launch an inquiry. I don't need those those rubber plantations working overtime right now. I can live with it the way it is. Oh, I just need to outrun this bar. I just need to outrun this bar. That's all I need. This is tough, friends. Once I get up to 20, it'll be easier, and it'll be... Oh my gosh, they're damaging relations. Those nerds. Quick. Knowledge sharing. And we got another stall event. Oh, that's so frustrating. Ooh. And we've got a Portuguese Socialist Party. That's probably just the trade unions, yes? Yeah. Alright. A very small socialist party. Alright, so that's going to make their increasing liberty desire down to 0.05. And it's reduced from a truce, though, so that's going to be difficult. Uh-oh. What is going on over here? Oh, goodness, this is not great. Britain is trying to sway us into a war with the French. As their ally, we must accept. What is France trying to achieve here? I can add a war goal. You're already trying to humiliate France. So I'm going to add a war reparations war goal. Because that means you're already going to be land invading them as it is. So all I can go for is the money. I'm going to put these units on attack because that's just seems to be the way to go here. If we can get a hold of East Karelia, and by we I mean Britain, then we will be winning. This war, East Karelia, or, you know, or Pskov, just any of these places that are part of Russia's core territory. I'm going to move the Army of East Africa to here to fight the French in colonial territory. Urgh, this is not great. I'm going to need to increase taxes. This is a risk, increasing taxes, because that's going to weaken my my legitimacy and reduce my standard of living, and we all know how that goes. Okay, Russia has lost war support protection, so this war should be over soon. Beautiful. If I can continue to hold out, I'll be just fine. Russia doesn't have any co-belligerents, so as soon as Russia is out of the picture, we'll be good to go. Oh my goodness. What is going on with my bureaucracy right now? This is bananas. What is happening around here? Whoa, I thought I'd gotten through the really brutal times. And now here I am. Doing my best. Britain, stop trying to invest in me. I don't want your investments. Alright, here we go. We've reached the level of being entangled. Relations are continuing to go up. And we're slowly pushing relations up. We are knowledge sharing with them, and we're building more farms. So hopefully... And there's war with the French Empire. So... If I can... Yes, there are a lot of undefended fronts. If I could just hold out until Russia gets done with this thing. Coalition coupons. With the French Empire versus Great Britain war going well, the country is swept up in a frenzy of war. The sitting Progressive Party has issued letters of endorsement to parliamentary candidates they feel support the war effort, drawing patriotic voters towards their cause. You didn't get the letter, huh? Go figure that coward's some spineless good-for-nothing pacifist. Our boys are out there dying, and what does he do? Sits around shuffling stacks of paper, waiting for the opportune moment to squander the gains we paid for in blood. Now our men need somebody who fights for them, as they fight for us. Rally around the the flag. Or are you here for us, or here for our adversaries? I'm going to go for rally around the flag. That's going to increase the momentum for the Progressive Party, and that is what we need. Because, again, the Regenerator Party is continuing to be pretty frickin' strong around here. Ugh. Lots of front problems here. But again, once we push Russia out, this war will be much easier. Oh my goodness, stop getting events. I'm trying to finish... Okay, I'm going to finish the war with Russia, and then... Alright, and now I'm going to put an end to the episode, and after that, we're gonna get back into things, and it's going to be buck wild. But for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.